Hey guys, it's Spaces Sims, and we are back with more Cupid Parasite, continuing Gil's route. Still kind of fucking smells like pain in my loft, and I goddamn hate this. It's only been a couple days, but it's still like, what the fuck? It's kind of annoying. Because I don't really have windows up here in this area, and it's hot as fuck outside. I don't want to open my motherfucking windows and sweat to death. I'm already hot sitting up here. Anyway, so, I know, it's not really, really heavy paint fumes, but it's still a little bit. It's lingering and it won't go away, and it's really annoying. I know. We'll keep an eye on you, don't worry. You're fine. Anyway, a few days after the collaboration between Gil and Lovebirds, Gil was exceptionally busy with work. Yeah, I'm heading out. I think I'll be back by 8 p.m. tonight. See you later, Gil. Take care. We shared a goodbye kiss before Gil dashed out of the house. He had a business deal to seal, which was evident from his sharp attire. Well then, time to tidy up. I wonder what I should prepare for dinner. No matter how late he returned, Gil always tried to eat the dinner I prepared. So I planned to wait for him with dinner ready again today. Since the day of the collaboration, Gil was being pulled in every direction. As the president of LCI and a best-selling author, he was invited for numerous TV and radio interviews. As a result, his book continued to sell well and LCI's revenue climbed steadily. I heard that a new brand tailored for women will be launched soon. I touched base with President Shelby and he asked me to consider a collaboration with Cupid Corps too. There's so many people who want to fall in love after reading Gil's book. There was so much to be thrilled about. Gil mentioned he might come home earlier today, so I should make crab cakes for the first time in a while. Knowing he'd return home exhausted, I wanted to surprise him with his favorite meal. Once the plan was set, I finished up the cleaning and laundry before heading out for grocery shopping. Doing something for Gil filled me with joy. I found myself humming as I cleaned up after breakfast. It feels like I'm becoming more like Gil. People say couples grow to resemble each other. That must have been the case. Sorry. After marrying Gil, a man embodying the agape trait, I came to understand the meaning of self-sacrificial love. I experienced both the giving and receiving end of that devotion in a balanced way. That was why every day was such a delight. As I lived this life with Gil, I held this thought. By the evening, I was shopping for crabs. Where could I find fresh crabs? I pulled out my phone to search for supermarkets known for their seafood. As I rounded a corner, several men in black appeared. Uh-oh. Hold on! Me? Yeah, we're the Black Oyster team. Move and we'll shoot. Oh. Okay. I kind of forgot about... Because, okay. When Robin was mentioning earlier about being poisoned by oysters, whatever, I was like, we kind of just forgot about that whole, hey, we need these oysters, blah, blah, blah. They're selling expired oyster. We kind of just fucking forgot about that. Clearly not. Obviously, Gil's probably doing something behind the scenes that we didn't know about. And these are the guys... Okay, that explains. I was like, why are they after me? What is Gil doing to root right? Because, again, the game kind of forgot about it, so it made me kind of forget about the whole, there's a dude selling expired oysters trying to kill people, basically. Anyway. What? Sorry, I'm in a hurry. Bye. We'll have to force her to come with us, then. Yeah, we're the Black Oyster, but it says Green Oyster, and that's what I was thinking. I'm like, wasn't it a Green Oyster thing? Anyway, I don't think I'd want green oysters. I'm sure that there would be we're green because we're a green company. We do green initiatives and stuff like that, but green oysters sound like they're ill and you're going to get ill eating. You know what I mean? There's just a time when being green sounds like a positive thing, and other times where you're like, yeah, I don't know, it sounds like I'm going to end up in the hospital. And I just feel like calling your oysters the Green Oyster or whatever sounds like you're going to end up in the hospital. And not because you're doing all ecological initiatives that are good for the environment or shit. You know what I'm saying? Just sounds like food poisoning. Which, to be fair, these oysters gave you food poisoning, so. Suddenly, I was seized from behind and forced into a car. The vehicle then abruptly sped off. Not just any car. We got her, let's go! Wait, are we really doing this? What? I tried to scream out in confusion, but my mouth was gagged with a cloth. Before I knew it, I was taken to a warehouse. Hey, don't check my headset. Understood. And then please deal with it accordingly. It's an honor to be part of such a significant deal. I'll get in touch later. Yes, we'll be waiting. After shaking hands to see off the president of the client company, I collected my meeting documents and stowed them away in my bag. And thanks to LCI's successful financial performance, all of my recent meetings have been smooth. And no one was underestimating me for being a new president, and no one saw me as merely an heir who got his promotion through nepotism. If possible, I wanted to maintain that momentum for the launch of the new brand. Oh, our team said they'd have a prototype of the new design by tomorrow. It looks like a business trip to Baltimore's in order. Yeah, I don't like being separated from her. I wonder if she would come along if I asked. I'll be commuting to and from Baltimore frequently, so perhaps I should consider buying a private jet like Raoul. Oh my god. You know what? I don't mind being married to you if you got private jets and shit. Maybe I can try going with that. As I mulled over this, I checked my watch. It's not as late as I thought, and the meeting ended sooner than expected. What are you doing? You're very fidgety right now. Do you want patties or not? I'm not reaching over there. It's gonna hurt my elbows. It's too far away. I don't know why you like my knees. My knees are bony. My thighs are squishy. Come stay here in Snugs. Why are you peeping at me? Are you peeping because you can't breathe? If you're peeping because you can't breathe, go fly downstairs where there's fresh air. He's fine. He's just peeping and being chatty. You're not acting weird. Well, you're always weird, but not in a bad way. No, you're fine. You just want lots of attention. You do. Come here. And then perhaps I can buy some donuts to take home. She's been working hard for me lately. Yeah, let's do that. Ow. Hey, Gil. Welcome. Robin, thanks so much for the other day. And sorry, I heard from Spacey, but was everything okay with Clarice? I managed to play it cool, but you're quite the protective husband, calling in her best friend and all. Clarice was pretty upset with me after that, but I was too worried to let her go home at that late hour. You really do love your wife, don't you? So what's the plan today? Buying a little gift to bring home? Yes, she mentioned wanting to try every flavor from Mal Donuts, so I thought of getting some. I heard a notification sound for a received message. I checked the screen and was taken aback. Of all things... Unknown. I took her. Look at her face on the back of his fucking phone screen. Jesus Christ. That's when we were munching on something. I took her. That was the message I saw. Well, at least they told him, so he's not wondering where the fuck we are. I was tied to a pole in a warehouse. That was the moment I fully grasped the fact that I had been kidnapped. Okay, see, I get it, okay. So I was like, look, my brain is not working well today. It's not because of the pain fumes. It's literally just like, my brain's not working well today. I'm like, the thing with the thing and right, that, I can't think of words today. But like, this'll give him a chance to, because he said his project in the garage was done. He's gonna pop in here with a fucking Iron Man suit. Oh, Jesus. Because we saw that, we knew that he was going to build one, and that's what he was doing, and now he gets to use it. Okay. All right, I see what for as baffling and messed up as the shit, okay, they've tied it together well. Like, oh, okay, we're going to go to the Neptune Festival, and talk about Raoul getting poisoned by oysters, and then someone else who's actually Robin, who then you're going to have a collaborate, it'll tie in perfectly. But then also the guy that you try to call out for having deadly oysters because they're expired, you're going to be doing something on the backside that we're not going to really be seeing, and then he's going to kidnap your wife, and then that'll be why you build an Iron Man suit because you saw the movie, Platinum Man, and then you wanted to protect you, and it's all going to tie in together, and it's actually insane, but it works really well. I'm just saying, like, that, sometimes you're like, this makes no sense. You're like, no, everything in this game is bizarre and weird, but that's what's fun about it. But you're like, but they, you tied it all together really well. Like, good job. Okay. All right. Anyway. Release me! Why are you doing this? I glared at the suspicious-looking men in black before me, and they simply sneered. For ransom, of course. You're the wife of the renowned LCI president, aren't you? Your voice. Aren't you from the Green Oyster Shop? The one in Baltimore selling expired oysters? But boss, she figured it out already! Just because she's onto us doesn't mean we back down now. Stand your ground! Why are you doing this? It's because your husband made a huge fuss about our oysters being expired. But they were expired. And? Huh? His outburst drew attention. Someone filmed our expired oyster crates in the argument. Fortunately, the video didn't go viral, so we only received a few complaints. But then they found out the fight involved the LCI president, following that Lovecraft bird collaboration. And that Gil guy, he saved lovebirds from our oysters. Thanks to that incident, a group of online sleuths tried to figure out which oyster shop gave lovebirds food poisoning. Thanks. Oh, thanks. The video of our boss clashing with your husband's gone viral. They tracked down our shop, and now we're being targeted by an online mob. Maybe don't sell expired oysters. That's not the point! We're being bullied! Rightfully so in this case. Surely it was only a matter of time once the video went online, no? Quiet! If your team hadn't run that program, things wouldn't have escalated like this for us! Who could have guessed that it was lovebirds who got sick from our oysters that day? As a result, our business was shut down. How could you do this to us? Well, maybe if you had maintained safety standards for your oysters! But it escalated beyond reason because of you! The program not only forced us to close our shop, but we also took on debt. This all started when your guild decided to pick a fight with us. That's why we're demanding a ransom. Maybe it all started when you sold expired oysters. Because this wasn't a one-time thing. It wasn't like, oh shit, it was an accident and we feel really bad and then people are targeting you or whatever. Or, he got sick and you're blaming us, but there was nothing wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Because, like, that happens. Like, oh, I am an influencer and I am mad, so I'm going to tell this story and everyone's going to jump on this bandwagon for you without knowing all the facts. And, like, target a company and be like, they're evil, they're bad, and blah, 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 blah. And, like, leave tons of negative reviews that then get taken down because you're spamming reviews, negative reviews on something that you didn't purchase from or whatever. So it's like, you can't leave a review and be like, oh, this is a terrible shop because they did something wrong to someone else. That's not your experience. So they have every right to have those taken down. And then you're like, but then they're taking down reviews. And then you make them, and you're making these people look bad when you're like following, you don't have all the facts. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, in that case, it's like, okay, absolutely online mob mentality is bullshit. But in this case, it's like, but your oysters were expired and this probably wasn't the first offense, so you kind of deserve what's coming to you in this case. Like, if you followed proper safety protocols and, oh my god, he happened to get sick because there was a bad oyster in the batch, that sucks and it's unfortunate. You can make that right and you know what, your whole business shouldn't tank, but you knew that they were expired, you were trying to cover shit, and this isn't a first offense probably. You probably tried to kill Raoul too, you know what I'm saying? So like, you kind of deserve this, bro. But, you know, they're never going to say, no, you should have just let us kill people. It would have been fine. Until someone died and sued your ass. You know what I mean? Like, dear God. You're holding a grudge for all the wrong reasons. I hadn't expected this turn of events. To be fair, we should have. It started to make sense why Raoul referred to oysters as Satan. Nothing good ever seemed to come from dealing with them. I don't care if we're holding a grudge for the wrong reasons. As long as your husband pays your ransom, that's what matters. Ever since you appeared on TV, we know what you look like. Can't let this opportunity slip away. Yeah, if he really cared about his wife, he wouldn't have shown your face in a public broadcast. It's his damn fault. Yeah, you know, your victim mentality is really fucked up. It's not his fault. Do you really think you'll get away with this? The police will be here in no time. Huh, I told him not to involve the police. If he truly loves you, he'll do as he's told. He's not going to involve the police. He's going to put on his Platinum Man suit. We've already sent him your photo. All that's left is to collect the money. Feel like you gotta have a hearty mwahaha. Yeah, whatever. I can't write up that. Boss, the ransom money's been dropped off at the designated location as planned. I'll go get it. Gil's dropped it and is gonna follow. Oh, he's smart. He ain't stupid. He's he's not even a dumbass. I don't even want to say Gil's a dumbass. He is overprotective and obsessed with us, but he's not a dumbass. At all. And there's you're smart, but you're a dumbass. You know what I mean? Not even. He's a fucking genius. He's smart and Gil's on the ball here. I'm just saying, for the type of character that I don't normally enjoy, again, I don't remember how I felt. I didn't hate Gil, I don't think, in the first game. I don't think I loved him, but they're doing a great job with this route. I'm here for this. Good job. No, I have faith he's going to kick some ass and come save us. You know what I mean? He's not stupid. He's a little insane, but not stupid. Raul's stupid, but also still a genius. He's got his 2 brain cells that he uses, that he only can use certain times, and the rest of the time he's kind of an idiot, but that's why we love him anyway. Somebody else would be like, why don't you drop off the ransom and then follow them? Didn't think of that. You know what I mean? But anyway. The shop employee darted off, smartphone in hand. A few minutes later, he returned, beaming and holding a large suitcase. Well, clearly you did not tell him to drop it off far from your location, so that was stupid. Oh, save the ransom money! Well done! You weren't followed, were you? Of course not! I followed our plan to the letter! Let's take a look inside! Smoke bomb. He placed the suitcase on the floor and they flung it open, and then... Whoa! Yes! Money! I love the little fucking image. It was chock full of cash. Where the hell did Gil get this kind of cash that fast? Banks usually question when you're whipping out this kind of money. They're like, excuse me? And you're like, it's not for a ransom, I swear. Wink, wink, call the cops. Look at all this money! He sure loves his wife. It's $1 million. That's like chump change for Gil. $1 million? Demanding a large ransom was one thing. Having it paid was another. Gil got this money awful fast. Gil, why did you just pay it like that? I was truly stunned. Everything about being kidnapped felt more real by the second. Could these bumbling oyster shop employees really have managed to kidnap me and secure a ransom? Don't worry, he's gonna bust in. Now let me go! You got your money, haven't you? I suppose so. Should probably avoid making things any worse. Wait, boss, we can demand more! What? Hey, you're right. He paid so quickly. We could definitely get more from him. Let's milk this. Oh, you're dead now. The Green Oyster Shop employees began to dial Gil's number. We're doubling the price if you want her back. And sent. He's responded already. Let me talk to her to verify she's safe. Oh, I'm switching voices. Doesn't matter. We really do sound like kidnappers now, huh? You sounded like kidnappers the second you kidnapped someone. You didn't have to. You are. What did you think you were? Shh, fine. Tell him we're not harming you. The Green Oyster manager held the phone to my ear and hit the call button. Gil answered immediately. Ugh. Spacey, are you okay? I still love his little photo backdrop on the phone. Gil, I'm sorry I ended up in this situation. You have nothing to apologize for. I should be sorry, Spacey. This is my fault. Yeah, it's all his fault. You shut up. Are you hurt? You're not frightened, are you? I'll pay the ransom, so stay put. I could hear the desperation in Gil's voice, even through the phone. I'm okay. I'm a little scared. Tell him you're okay. Be like, I'm scared of you paying all this ransom. Tell him you're okay. Save file 1. Okay. All right, let's, I only have one hand right now because the bird is like, okay, so we can, doot, doot, doot. Okay. What's our option? Probably I'm okay because that seems like the sweet choice. Nope, I'm a little scared. Okay. Oh, do you think I'm okay as the spicy choice? Because because we're honestly, I'm a little scared, but like spicy is like, I'm okay, I'm being tough. Despite my attempts to reassure him, hearing Gil's voice made me feel more vulnerable. I'm a little scared, Gil. I don't even know where I am. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Spacey, I'll be there soon. Stay strong. I'll definitely come to save you. I'll always be with you. Also, it's the sweet one because we're being vulnerable with him. Like, I'm a little scared. I need you. As opposed to, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I got this. You know, by admitting we're scared, we're relying on him. Oh, okay. I see. Hearing Gil trying to encourage me warmed my heart. Thanks, Gil. What did they do to you? They've tied me up with handcuffs and a rope, but I'm okay now because I got to talk to you. You're tied up. Doesn't that hurt? He's like, you're tied up. Wait, new kink unlocked for Gil. Surprised I never thought of it. That's enough, and for the record, I didn't bind her too tightly. He snatched the phone from my hand while I was still talking to Gil. I could hear Gil yelling from far away. Spacey, hey, you kidnapper. If you lay a finger on her, you will pay for this. Yeah, you know she's safe now. Pay the additional ransom and we'll release her for real this time. Prepare the money and drop it off at the same location. Got it? Get your fucking Iron Man suit that we know you made. All right, but don't harm her or else I'll make you pay for this. With that, the conversation ended. All they had to do now was wait for the additional payment. We're filthy rich now. I wonder when the money will arrive. I waited for Gil as they celebrated. He'd pay their price, and they'd probably get cocky and ask for more. What should I do? Knowing Gil, he'd pay whatever they asked in order to save me. But that was the money that Gil worked so hard to earn. I didn't want that taken away by some hoodlums that would sell expired oysters. I'll use my Cupid's arrow to... Wait, I don't have that anymore. If I still had my Cupid's arrow, I could escape this place. But I'm just an ordinary human now, bound and unable to move. Please, someone help. Dad? Mom? Chi? Sylvie? Auntie? I prayed silently. Gil in a Platinum Man suit? But as expected, there was no response. Despair washed over me. What do I do? I don't want to cause any more trouble for Gil. If I was still a god, I would have been able to protect him. But now I was the one who needed to be saved. Feeling incredibly insignificant, I began to experience a creeping sense of dread. Gil... I whispered his name as I was about to cry. And in the next moment... Told you. Fucking told you. Here it is. Whoa! This is fucking amazing. Here we go. My superhero. Yep. There was a sudden explosion that made me scream out in surprise. This is going to be so amazing. Ah! What was that? An explosion? Here's the thing. If he had paid the money and they let me go, he would have been like, fine, but you pushed the fucking line. How dare you make my wife cry? Huh? A voice rang out. A voice I was praying to hear. No way. I can't wait to see this. It's going to be amazing. Oh, he's not in a suit. He's in his normal suit. He just has, I guess he just brought gadgets. Okay, I figured he was going to be in like a fucking Iron Man, well, Platinum Man, whatever, keep going back and forth, but he was going to be in the suit. Okay, all right. Slightly disappointing, but still funny. He still came to our rescue with smoke bombs. I'm still impressed. Spacey, I'm here to save you. Gil? He had burst through the warehouse door with his car, causing the explosion. Oh, Bumblepig, okay. Emerging from the rubble was Gil, climbing out of what was once Bumblepig, now an ordinary car. How do you know where we were? Were you tailed? No way, I made sure I wasn't tagged just as we planned. I even switched motorbikes along the way before fleeing. Yeah, I didn't tail you. But I received the help of lovebirds. Using UCuber agency connections, I traced your call. Can UCuber agencies really do that? Of course they can. It's a countermeasure against creeps. UCubers scare me. It's because we're all a little unhinged. Give her back to me. Shh, you broke your promise. We agreed we'd return her safely if you didn't inform the police. I didn't. I came alone.
Alone, huh? That's amusing. Did you come to rescue her all by yourself? This isn't a movie. You don't frighten us at all.
Shut up. Yeah, I'm not physically strong. That's why you targeted her, right?
Exactly. A wealthy, scrawny kid like you. An easy target for us.
How dare you mock me? And how dare you kidnap her? I won't lose to you this time.
Oh, please. You were knocked out with one punch last time.
I've changed since then. That's true. So that was also, I forgot about that. It wasn't just seeing the movie. It was they punched him and knocked him out. And he was like, I need to be strong, right?
Sure. Now hand over the extra cash. I'll release her afterward. Fine. I know you see the money in the suitcase. Here it is.
As the Green Oyster Gang indicated, Gil held a suitcase identical to the one from before. Oh no, this has got the Iron Man suit in it. Gil, don't do it! They'll just demand more!
Quiet! We're men of our word!
Bullshit! Men of your word? If that were true, you would have released her after the initial payment. Just as promised, you need to let her go now! Gil threw the suitcase onto the ground. Suddenly, the suitcase, seemingly containing the ransom, began to transform. You gotta love Gil. The man's insane. But he's such a genius inventor. It's so fun.
Wait, what? What's happening?
The suitcase morphed and started to envelop Gil. I told you he was gonna make a fucking Iron Man suit. It was never gonna not be unhinged. You couldn't go from the whole Bumblepig shit in the first one where you're like, what the actual fuck is happening in this game? What the hell kind of drugs did I take? To then having a basic normal ass married, Gil's a little upset. You couldn't just do that. You had to do something like this to be like, okay, yep, no, right. This is what I expected. A few minutes later, Gil stood before us, but he was different from the Gil we knew.
It's got hearts all over it. I love it so much. Oh, dear God. Isn't that platinum?
No, it's Lovecraft Man. No, it's definitely Platinum Man. Gil and I had recently watched Platinum Man 2. He now wore an armored suit identical to the one in the movie. You could have at least not copyright infringed.
What's that? You think you can fight us with that toy?
Did you not just see a suitcase transform into a suit that morphed around him? I'd be like, I wouldn't be like toy. I'd be like, I'm a little concerned about this.
You're actually going to attempt to rescue in that? This is too good.
I'm serious. I've always wanted to be as strong as Raoul. Ideally, I'd be muscular enough to fight on my own. It was my goal. But what if you were kidnapped by monsters? One day I might have to battle in the sky, outer space, or deep in the ocean. Technically, he's already had to do that fighting gods, so you can't blame him for that crazy. So merely becoming stronger isn't sufficient. I needed to be able to protect you always. After Gil said that... After Gil's declaration, the two Green Oyster members hit the floor. Huh? There. That's the power of Lovecraft Man. He's not really doing a good job covering his identity. But then again, I mean, Clark can't just put on glasses and nobody can figure it out, so.
Is that suit not just a toy?
I create more than just toys. He sure does. When he came to rescue me in Celestia, he used rare metals to construct a car that could transform into a robot. The transforming car robot Bumblepig, that was his weapon then. But now he had upgraded himself.
I didn't know it was the real deal.
They fell unconscious right there. After confirming they were down, I turned back to Gil. Spacey. Gil used the power of Lovecraft Man to shoot a beam that cut through my handcuffs. And with one swift movement, a knife came out of his fingertips that was used to cut through the rope. It felt so long since my arms were free. The first thing I did was jump on Gil to hug him. Gil! Spacey, I'm so glad you're safe. You're not hurt, right? Tell me if it hurts anywhere. Let's get the money and run. I'm fine, Gil. Thank you for rescuing me. I'm sorry for putting you in danger, but I'm glad I finished developing this suit in time. So when did you create this? Well, how should I put this? Is this what you were working on when you were cooped up in your workshop? Told you. Yes, I was developing this, actually. And you recall I was knocked out at the Neptune Festival? That's when I realized my own weakness. I created this to protect you. I'm so grateful it was ready in time. Gil's dedication always tended to the extraordinary. First Bumblepig and now Lovecraft Man. He's pretty funky. He's pretty funky, it's true, but I feel like it's supposed to be, he's so lovely. We're supposed to swoon. Another save file. Okay. All right, both of our save files in this one part. I still think it's he's so lovely. No, it's he's pretty funky. Okay. His technical skills made these dreams a reality. His determination saw every project to completion. I mean, again, the he's so funky is probably the spicy choice, but I still like the, aw, you're lovely. I believe the right term for people like him is funky. His way of expressing love was imaginative and always unexpected. That's what made him Gil. I suppose I was just as funky in my own way. What is it? Nothing. I just wanted to gaze at your face. What you doing, buddy? Okay? Spacey. As Gil reached to remove his helmet, a loud thud echoed through the space. Huh? I spun around in response to the noise, discovering an oil drum tipped on its side. Its lid removed, oil was seeping across the warehouse floor. Huh? What?
Don't you dare move!
The oyster shop employee regained consciousness. He held a lighter above the pooling oil. That's gonna kill you too, bro.
Make a move and I'll ignite it!
What are you doing?
If we let you go, it's jail for us! Consider this a threat!
While the manager slowly backed away with the suitcase full of money, the employee declared his intentions.
Hand over the extra money and, don't tell the police! Promise to let us go! Boss, I think we should forget the extra money. Let's just take what we have and run.
What?
You were the one urging us to squeeze more from them. Maybe back then, but we've been beaten once already. I don't want another.
What?
If we fled sooner, we wouldn't have gotten beaten or had our identities exposed. Boss, you were into it too. And anyways, I warned you from the start this plan was full of holes.
In anger, the manager seized the employee's collar, prompting him to drop the lighter. As the lighter bounced upon the concrete, it sparked to life. Oh.
Oh! No!
Instantly, the spilled oil ignited. Flames rapidly spread across the floor.
Ah! This is bad! Run! Call the fire department!
The green oyster staff sprinted from the building, frantically calling the fire department. Hey, at least they called the fire department. Hey, wait! Gil, we need to flee too! We sprinted from the encroaching flames. Wait, look out! Gil yanked me into his arms just as debris fell where I had been standing. The warehouse was collapsing. Damn, we need to get outside. Unfortunately, we were deep within the warehouse and our escape was cut off by a wall of fire. Whether by design or accident, the trail of oil had been spilled in a manner that obstructed our escape route. The flames roared and the smoke and fumes of burning oil threatened to overcome me. Is this where we get a bad ending where we die? He doesn't have a bad ending. He has the sweet and spicy end, the spicy end, and the sweet end. Spicy, hang tight. Shelby was the one that had a spicy bad end. Suddenly, Gil lifted me into his arms and the sound of a jet engine filled my ears. I was going to say, come on, you didn't come to the water pump? And then we were rising, soaring upwards. Huh. Wait. Were we? Yes, we were flying. Are we flying? Oh, look at the CG. It's cute. We get to see him in his Lovecraft Man costume. Indeed, Gil, now transformed into Lovecraft Man, was soaring through the air with me in his arms. The experience was akin to flying back to Celestia using Cupid's arrow, but in this case, it was thanks to human technology. Phew. I haven't tested the activation yet, but it seems I can fly without issues. Is this? I've installed jetpacks onto my feet. I figured they might come in handy in a situation like this. This doesn't normally happen. Regardless, an emergency had indeed arisen. We broke through the warehouse roof, the flames growing smaller beneath us. Gil's love for movies like Transfor Cars and Platinum Man had literally saved my life. At that moment, the wail of sirens reached my ears. Looking below, I saw fire trucks and police cars arriving on the scene. Firefighters battled the blaze while the police arrested the two Green Oyster employees. Seems like those guys got busted. Yeah, I just informed the police about the kidnapping, so they'll probably be charged for that too. Huh? You did that just now? Yep. This suit also has a communication function. Come on, girl, he's seen both movies. Gil showed me the call log on the suit's arm-mounted LCD screen with a proud grin. Even those parts were identical to Platinum Man. I was wondering what you were crafting in your workshop. Gil, your abilities astound me. He wasn't just a mechanic tinkering with cars. He could design complex systems from scratch, a feat far beyond most people's capabilities. To keep you safe, I'll do whatever it takes. Gil pulled me close, his Lovecraft Man suit digging into me a bit. I'm so glad you're safe. I'm just so relieved you're okay. His voice was shaky. Hearing his voice in that moment, I felt as if I were living a miracle. I held on to him even tighter. Had Gil not crafted this suit, we might have been burdened with an even greater ransom. Without the jetpacks, we could have been trapped beneath the rubble. If Gil didn't take those precautions, we might not have won against those two, and instead met a tragic end. Gil, thank you for saving me. It's okay. I'm just glad I could protect you. Gil held me tightly as we soared higher. Below us, the two kidnappers whimpered and begged for mercy as the police took them away. Still trying harder. Ooh, this is our end, sweet and spicy darling. I don't know if we're gonna be able to finish it in this part. Depends on if it takes less than 20 minutes, but... Anyway, today's funny... It's 7 o'clock! Here's today's funny news topic! This is a report on the kidnapping incident which occurred the other day in Los York Bay area. The people associated with the shop Green Oyster have been found guilty of kidnapping Mrs. Lovecraft and setting fire to a warehouse. Furthermore, they were found to have sold oysters past their expiration date. A few days after the kidnapping... Gil, I'm making dinner. Can you give me some space? Gil, still clinging to me, apologized. Sorry, I just want to feel that you're right here with me. Ever since the kidnapping incident, Gil had stopped going to his office and stayed home. He delegated basic tasks to others and did the bare minimum work. He typically worked remotely, and when he absolutely needed to be at the office, he took me along. The kidnapping seemed to have deeply affected him. As much as I enjoy being with Gil, this is a bit... Gil, are you sure it's okay to not go to the office? It's all good. Sales are steady. Oh, right. The new line aimed toward women was recently announced. The feedback seems positive. Gil tried to maintain a smile as he showed me the press release on his phone. Oh, you're right. It's an amazing car. You think so too? That's great. The pre-orders are doing much better than expected. With the production line stable, the busiest part of my work is over. I also got my royalties. We could probably live comfortably for a while without working. That may be true, Gil, but don't you have a passion for cars? I love you more. Besides, I can manage my work from home. This seems like the spicy end where we're like trapped with him forever, like in Shelby's, where you're like, I don't know. Like, did you see that new conferencing system? If I wear my Lovecraft Man suit, my hologram appears at the office. Well, I did see that. It's quite exciting. It genuinely feels like I'm right there at the office. Thanks to that, I can attend meetings and make progress on my new book. Don't worry, everything's under control. I hope so. I mean, if he's got a way to manage to get into the office without actually getting into the office, that's pretty impressive. Aside from just Zoom meetings. We all managed during COVID. Well, except for like people that physically... But you know, most of us that when you don't have to... didn't have to physically be there, we managed. Yet Gil had changed. Even while we slept, he clung to me, refusing to let go. I could barely breathe. Sleeping was becoming a struggle with Gil's tight embrace. It was suffocating. I pushed Gil away from me and turned over. Suddenly, he woke up. Oh, sorry, Gil. Did I wake you? You're like, oh, goddamn. Spacey. Oh, Gil pulled me into his arms and nuzzled his face into my neck. You wear your glasses when you sleep? His rapid breaths tickled my skin, signaling his unease. Spacey, you're here, right? Yes, Gil, I'm right here. Gil was still haunted by the fear of me being kidnapped again. These types of incidents don't occur too often. But after being featured on TV and in the news, there was no guarantee that it wouldn't happen again. I understood Gil's fears and reached back to pat his hand wrapped around my waist, trying to reassure him. It's all right. I'll make sure not to go anywhere alone. Yeah. And remember, Lovecraft Man will always come to save me, right? Yeah. Gil hugged me tighter. His voice trembled, still laced with unease. I suppose I'd have felt the same if our roles were reversed. I closed my eyes, letting Gil hold on to me until he felt better. Days later, Gil seemed to finally calm down. We started to venture outside more frequently. On this particular day, the weather was beautiful, and we decided to go on a date. What's the matter, buddy? You getting fidgety? Do you need a break? Come here. Come with me. I just can't give you breaks because you're getting fidgety. I step you away for a minute. Oh, anyway. We're going on a date. We're going on a date. Where are we going? Oh, God, are we not going to go rock climbing again, are we? Then he's really going to... Now he's really going to get overprotective. Phew. Transfor cars. Oh, commit? Is that what it's like? Bird, come here. I'm trying to get you to go to your spot. Good God, get on my hand. Being a beast. You gotta go potties? She's a good boy. She's a good birdie. I know. We got a few more minutes, and then we'll go downstairs and get lunches, okay? I know. Anyway, Transfor cars commit was quite something. After watching a movie, we strolled hand in hand, enjoying some gelato we'd bought. Sorry, Bird. I'm so sorry. I went to go sit down. He wasn't balanced and he fell over. Are you okay? It's not too smelly up here. There's a little bit of paint smell, but it's not as bad as the other day. I still worry about you, though. Don't worry. You really do love Transfor cars, don't you, Gil? I've been a fan since childhood. It's a shame that Bumblepig can't talk anymore, though. I'm just saying, I love Transformers, too. That's why I bought my car. You can't show Bumblebee turn into that sexy-ass fucking Camaro and me not go, what the fuck is that? I need it. Like, that's exactly how I bought my car. I remember watching that movie and Bumblebee turning from an old Camaro into, like, the 2010s. Or what would be the 2010s at the time. And I was like, I never cared about cars. I'm like, it's four wheels. I wanted something sporty, like, because I'm like, ooh, maybe I want something sporty. I'm going through my midlife crisis. I'm not that fucking old that I was going through my midlife crisis then. I went through it young, okay? I went through it young. But I was like, I was actually going to get a Prius because I drove about an hour to and from work every fucking day. So I was like, cheap on gas would be nice because, and so I went the complete opposite direction. So instead of having to get gas once every other month, I went from getting gas every 4 days. But we were watching Transformers. And when Bumblebee transformed into the new, I was like, what the fuck is that? I want it. What is it? It's sexy. And my dad was like, I don't think they make those. I'm like, you can't put a car in the movie and not make them. Because it was like right around. I mean, we were watching it on video. We had rented it. So it's like they had to be news, but like we just didn't know about it or whatever. But then it was like, hell yeah, they are. Gone in line. I was going to get a Bumblebee. I didn't. My car's red, but that's why I said I went through my midlife crisis young, because I've had my car for 15 years. She's 15 years old. All I'm saying. So like, I don't blame Gil for being like, I'm going to make Bumblebee. It's like, I technically didn't exactly buy Bumblebee because I didn't get a yellow and black one. I got a red and silver one, but I still bought a Bumblebee, technically. Still bought one. So right there, I'm as crazy as this motherfucker. But I can't fix her if something goes wrong. I just have to pay to get it fixed. But thank God she's been doing good. That's right. That's why you, talking to the bird now, you and Cherry, this is my car's name, are the most important things in the world to me. I know it seems weird. But you're a living creature and she's not. But she's the most expensive thing I'll ever have purchased for myself because I can't afford a house. So she's the most expensive thing I've ever bought. And you're just the cutest thing. Yes, you are. You were kind of pricey too. You weren't cheap. It's not like I'm a car or something. Those things are like thousands of dollars. When you can pay that much. No. No, but you're the most important living thing in my life. Yes, you are, because you're my baby, even though you're biting me and being feisty and jerkish. Anyway, yeah. If AI technology advances further, I might consider some modifications. The personality might change, though. But such research could be useful for our cars. AI-powered vehicles could be really convenient. Don't turn into Elon Musk over here. Don't do that. But I can't help wondering about Bumblepig when it spoke. And that voice, it sounded familiar somehow, because it was Alan! Mom did mention it had a peculiar soul inside it. I wonder whose it was. I don't think I got that in the first one. I think because without the voice acting on, I don't think you really know. I think you might have recognized. And I don't remember. I feel like I read it after the fact. Like, I don't know if one of you guys mentioned it at the time or like after we played that route, or if I just read it somewhere else, like after playing the game. And I was like, oh, I don't think I got that. I don't know. I don't remember, like I said, much of the first game. I remember certain things. I remember Bumblepig, but I don't remember if we knew that it was Alan until later on, or if I knew at the time and I just forgot. Like, I don't remember, when that realization dawned on me, but now I know anyway. It would be nice if it felt like returning to the car at some point. Maybe it doesn't want to be a car again. Yep, right? Oh, maybe. Gil seemed more like himself now. He was talking about how the research could be used for cars. I suppose that's just how a company president thinks. We strolled through the town hand in hand like a newly dating couple. I glanced at Gil. He was looking up at the sky, a distant expression on his face. I've been dreaming about this since college. About watching a movie? No, to be with someone I love 24 hours a day, to never leave your side for even a moment. Sometimes I just want to pee alone. And that's why I chose to become a freelance editor after graduating. Oh, right. Gil chose to become a freelance editor to have flexible hours and be with me, the person he loves. However, he had confronted what he'd been evading and pursued his dream. His current self was a testament to that journey. In the past, I became a freelancer so that I could be with someone I love, but now everything's going well. My book's a bestseller, the company's thriving, and I can spend 24 hours a day with my love. This is the life I've always wanted, and I'm incredibly happy. Yeah, me too. Our eyes locked, and we shared a tender kiss. With a shared smile, we expressed the depth of our affection for each other. So, where do you want to go next? I think I need some new shoes. As we leisurely window shopped, we engaged in conversation about various topics. Suddenly, my attention was drawn to a man strolling with a smartphone in hand. His eyes lit up when he noticed us approaching.
Excuse me, I'm looking for a place called Ryuki. Do you know where...
I didn't catch the rest of his sentence. The next thing I knew, I was airborne. What? A metallic arm was carrying me. The sensation was all too familiar. What the fuck, Gil? Could it be that Gil had transformed into Lovecraft Man again? Gil, what's happening? I called out in surprise, and Gil responded with a troubled smile. I'm sorry. I got startled when a stranger approached you. He was just asking for directions. I apologize. I'll bring us back down now. The thing is, you could have been like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, oh, hey, like, wait until the man, whips out a gun or some shit. I mean, it's good to be it's good to have fast reflexes, but simmer down a little. We descended into Lost York Park, and Gil removed his suit, returning to his normal appearance. The Lovecraft Man suit had been cleverly concealed, out of sight. I couldn't help but gaze at Gil, examining him from head to toe. I thought you didn't bring your Lovecraft Man suit today. I modified it so that it could be hidden under my regular clothes. I was wearing this backpack, but did you notice? Oh, it did look different from his usual bag, but... You haven't been in the workshop for a while, though, right? That's because I've been working on it while you were asleep. I left a surveillance robot in your bedroom so I could sneak out. Wait, a surveillance robot? When did you put that in? And because I was worried that someone might kidnap you while I wasn't looking. Are you angry? Gil's expression drooped, resembling a scolded puppy. I couldn't help but burst into laughter. You're like, I want to be mad, but when you look at me like that, it's like, I can't. Personally, I'm a little, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But at the same time, I feel like there's the small part of me that's like, I don't hate Gil. So I'm like, you're an idiot. And it's kind of adorable. I'm kind of on the fence about it. You know what I mean? Like, if Gil was your favorite character, you'd be like, oh, you're so adorable and stupid. What's wrong with you? And it's kind of cute, even though it's a little weird. You're like, oh, it's so creepy, but I love it, you know? And, like, if you don't like Gil, you're like, what the fuck, you creepy weirdo? Why? God. You know what I mean? But because I'm kind of in the middle, like, I don't hate Gil. He's not my favorite, but I don't mind him at all. You know what I mean? No hate toward Gil. I'm just like, you're a little creepy. It's kind of cute, but also a little disturbing. Like, my logical brain is like, it's a little... You need to simmer down, sir. A little cute, but simmer down. You know? Oh, dear God. Oh. He is an enjoyable little Nutter Butters, though. No, I'm not mad. Really? Yes, I want you to feel secure and reassured, Gil. Spacey. Gil enveloped me in a happy embrace. However, on our way back home, another person approached us seeking directions, and Gil transformed into Lovecraft Man once more. I couldn't help but think that going on dates would become more challenging for us in the future. Probably. No way! Challenging is an understatement. What on earth is Lovecraft Man? That was what Clara said when I talked to her about everything. That felt like that could have been a really great end. Right there, you know, that could have been the end. But I'm not necessarily mad if we get to see that Clarice and Robin are together and they tie that up for us. So, okay. But, like, let's not do this game where we have 52 ends where it would be nice, you know? You're like, oh, good end. Oh, we'll keep going, you know? I am glad hopefully we get to see where Clarice and Robin are. Well, it's just a little hobby of mine. Who takes up power suit creation as a hobby? It's undeniably strange no matter how you look at it. Normal people wouldn't possess the ability to create something like that. Isn't Gil simply amazing? It's just... You two are such a lovey-dovey couple, completely oblivious to the world. Well, part of me is starting to feel that way too, so I can't say I don't understand. Clarice, while saying this, cast a warm smile toward Robin, who was at a distance. They'd recently started dating officially, which explained her understanding of people in love. But even I can't be with him all the time. Don't you ever get tired of it? Never. I guess I don't either. You two are certainly a perfect match. Just continue doing what makes you happy. Yeah, but I can't help but worry that someone might snatch her away while I'm asleep. And that's why I'm thinking of getting some home security. Oh, well, if that gives you peace of mind, go for it. Yes, I'm also considering building a security robot. The robot will guard her around the clock, and if any suspicious intruder breaks in, it can shoot lasers from its... No, don't build that. Just move to a residence with better security. A high-rise apartment would probably be safer, don't you think? Oh. So we moved. Clarice's advice resonated with us, making perfect sense. Consequently, we moved to a penthouse in a high-rise apartment complex boasting excellent security. Probably better for the LCI president, you know what I mean? Wow, this place is excessively luxurious. I like the fact that it's literally like you got a counter. That's it. That's probably the wet bar. The opulence there differed greatly from Gil's childhood home. The decor was somewhat gaudy, and we both felt slightly out of place. Additionally, the lack of furniture exacerbated our discomfort. We'd ordered new furniture to match the apartment, but it hadn't arrived yet. We left all our old furnishings in Gil's workshop, so this empty apartment was ready to be furnished to our liking. I believe our furniture should be arriving soon, but it's sure taking its time. Yeah. We looked around the room with a little hesitation. It was our new home, our new life, but it still felt foreign to us. We turned to each other, the awkwardness persisting. I feel a bit unsettled here. Yeah, you're right. Maybe we were too hasty in making this decision. I want to evolve into the kind of man who fits into a place like this. But I think it's a bit premature for me. Perhaps I can eventually become the sort of man worthy of this place. But admitting this out loud, I don't look cool at all. I finally became the company's new president, and the business performance is stabilized. I thought by now I'd have matured. Gil ran his hand through his hair as he surveyed the room. But here we have 24-hour security and an abundance of security cameras. It should be okay. Hey, look at the fantastic view. Let's check it out. We could also redecorate the apartment to our liking, it's basic and plain right now. The view was the only thing we could boast about. Gil placed his hand on the glass window, awestruck by the sight outside. Wow, we're so high up. Yes, we are. Wow, that's amazing. And this is the view from up here. We stood next to each other, feeling as if we were in an observatory. The breathtaking view left us speechless. Still glued to the window, we glanced at each other and broke into a smile. I guess it's more reassuring here. Yeah. And nobody suspicious will break in, right? Yes, we're safe here. I smiled, hoping to reassure Gil. He frowned briefly, seemingly losing confidence. Sorry, can I try again? Try what again? I must have appeared somewhat pitiful back there. Gil shook his head, taking a few deep breaths to regain his composure. All right, you've got this, Gil Lovecraft. You're gonna be a man. Gil, you're perfect just as you are. There's nothing to worry about. No, I want to evolve into a man I aspire to be. Gil then reached out and held my hand. Spacey, I will change to be more cool. I will balance my work, research, and writing career, but you remain my top priority above everything else. It may take some time, but I promise to grow and mature. After making that solemn vow, Gil smiled.
Oh, damn, up against the window! Jesus! I knew we were going to have a cute CG. I didn't know it was going to be a fucking spicy as shit CG. Damn! Well, I'm not sure why I'm surprised. This man has been a little firecracker with his little, just how much he sexes us up left and right and every which way. And, all of his kinks. So I should not have been surprised about this, but Jesus. Then, somewhat unexpectedly, he pressed me against the glass window and kissed me fervently. And I'm not moaning for them. Gil drew me close, our bodies touching. The cold glass window contrasted with his warm skin, making me gasp aloud. Gil took that as his cue to deepen the kiss, his tongue expertly exploring mine. It was a kiss full of urgency, as if he couldn't wait. Spacey. Gil. After our lips parted, our eyes met and we kissed again. We kissed before, but the unfamiliar surroundings made this feel different. We both felt an undercurrent of tension. Because we're always together. I placed my hand gently on his arm and we looked at each other again. The eyes of my love. I could tell from his gaze that he cherished me above all else. When our eyes met again, I felt the tension beginning to dissipate. Whether it was stretching on my toes to kiss him or his undertaking major tasks as a company president, Gil and I remained the same. Even though he was still somewhat naive, always looking to emulate movie heroes to protect me, he was my hero nonetheless. He was the one I loved the most in the world. Sorry, I don't think I can change all that fast. No, don't change. I want you to stay the way you are. I love you just as you are. Spacey, thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad to hear you say that. I will protect you no matter what. Yeah, let's always be together, Gil. Yeah, I love you. I love you too. Yes, you'll always be here with me, right? Yeah, aren't I here right now? Yes, you are, but I need to reassure myself. He slipped his hand under my clothes, reassuring himself that I was indeed there. We shared our warmth, our heated bodies making the cold glass feel even colder. Our breath fogged up the glass, obscuring our youthful expressions. Like children, we clung to each other, attempting to assuage our fears. Children don't cling to each other like this. That ain't what, no, that was a wrong choice of words. My beloved husband took his time to ensure I was present, grounding himself in our shared warmth. At At that moment, the doorbell rang, signaling the arrival of our furniture. No, this would have been the perfect way to end it. You didn't need to say anything about the furniture. You could have just left it like this, like, okay, we banging on the glass. Great. Come on, Gil. You need to answer the intercom. Yeah, I suppose. But they're only on the first floor. It'll take them a while to reach us, considering the elevator ride. And when the furniture arrives, I'll be responsible. Until then, let me hold you. He lifted me up and moved over to the intercom camera, pressing a button to unlock the door for the delivery men. The screen displayed the men loading our ornate furniture onto the elevator. It would take about 3 minutes for them to reach our floor, and Gil used that time to kiss me passionately. Whenever he felt uncertain, he'd confirm that I was still there, right by his side, and I'd stay with him until he felt secure. We didn't need the furniture people showing up. We could have just ended with like a nice passionate, like we're going to have sex against the glass, and it would have been like, hot. You didn't have to have the elevator men show. You didn't need that little bit. Like, they show up later. We don't give a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. We know the furniture's going to come eventually. I don't care that it showed up now. I wondered if we'd ever evolve into the kind of adults that suited an apartment like this. Still, I suspected that Gil and I wouldn't change much. This dream will never end. We continue to live in this never-ending dream, where we'd fly to the sky and fight together for our love. This feels like the end, though it should be. We savored this blissful moment as a married couple once more. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't have been interrupted by the mover, like the furniture people, because it's like, no, I like the fact that you've got you pinned to the glass. Like, just let us use our imagination. Like, oh, we're in the, okay, you know what I'm saying? That would have been perfect, you know? So, there he is. Look at our little, look at him. What are you doing? You're covered in fucking foam. Goof. Anyway. No, but it was good. I mean, I think Gil's route was pretty freaking, was pretty good. Overall. He's definitely the sassy, spicy one. I mean, seriously, I can't even imagine the spicy end. Jesus. He was pretty much all over us. Like, and like they did, I mean, like seriously, the wedding scene, like, goddamn, sir. Like, I mean, to be fair with Gil, it's like, yes, everything, like, your hair's down, I'm turned on. Your hair's up, I'm turned on. You're washing dishes, I'm turned on. It's Gil, so of course everything we fucking do turns the man on. But like, not opposed to it. You're like, goddamn, sir. Like, okay. I love it. I you know, and I love this one too. Like, look at you covered in grease a little. Like, I don't know, why is that so sexy? Like, sir? Oh, look at you. And then being like, I'm going to feed you chocolate more often to get you drunk. Like, God damn it, Gil. there are so many underlying problematic things with you. But you know what? I'll give you a pass. They did the route good. You know? I don't know. I personally enjoyed it. Again, I don't remember my feelings about Gil from the first game. I don't remember. I don't think I disliked him. I wasn't like, God, no, I hate him. I think I liked everybody generally. Like, yeah, everyone's fine. I know Raoul is my favorite. But, like, you know, and I do remember being like, okay, they did his overprotectiveness in at least a way that didn't piss me off. I was like, no, you know what, I can... And even in this, like, him, like, you're like, sir, you're being fucking absurd. Simmer down. But it wasn't like, oh, fucking A, I'm gonna punch you. It's cute and endearing and, like, it makes you roll your eyes. Like, you're like, oh, Gil, you're such an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, see, this one's hot, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, you can't really see Gil's face. You know? So it kind of, like, takes away. But, like, this one's good. This is a good saucy CG to end it on. I like this one. This is one of my favorites. Although, so is the, you know, covered in grease one. But this one's, like, for some reason, really pretty. But yeah, no, I mean, generally, I think they did a good job. You know? And so the next part, we only have 2 more parts for Gil then. We'll do the other endings, the spicy end and the sweet end. We'll do those 2, and then we'll, like, everyone else will do the little after stories in the part after that. So, anyway, I will see you guys next time.
Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.